Yeah, it's Hobbs Horror, knocking down your door, all about the guts and gore, blood and pus, give him some more. He wants bone and entrails spread across the floor, so if you're looking for that theater macabre, look no more. Sit back and relax and enjoy some Hobbs Horror.
Thank you for watching Hobbs Horror.
Yeah, and don't forget to like and subscribe and all that good shit.
Welcome to your Wild Eye Wednesday film review. Today I'm reviewing The Bloody Man. This is a 2021 or 2022 film. I couldn't get a clear-cut date on that, but it is approximately 2 hours and 14 minutes long. A film by Daniel Benedict. Starring also Tuesday Night and Lisa Wilcox from the iconic Elm Street franchise. And let's take a good look at the features. Now, no, I'm not going into the inside of the box yet, because if you want to see that, I know that's Mr. Bones did on his package I sent him, because I had a couple copies of this, so I'll put the link into that as well. As you can see there, the Bloody Man brings back the warm and gushy feelings of horror. So what we have here is we have this kid, basically, who is having a hard time. He's growing up in the 80s. He's trying to just be able to get through everyday life. You know, he's lost his mom. His dad kind of doesn't really pay attention to him. His stepmom's kind of off-putting, let's just put it that way. He's being bullied at school. He's being bullied at home by his brother. And he finds refuge in comics. And the comic that he reads is The Bloody Man, amongst other comics. And he gets teased at school for reading this and whatnot. And basically he starts having these visions of things that are happening. And I won't go too much into how it happens, but the Bloody Man comes to life. Other things come to life and fruition, and one night all this cultivates into a huge event where he has to defend himself in his home against the Bloody Man. But like I said, I won't go into any of the details as to how. Obviously, that's the premise of the film just by looking at that. But I want to talk more about the film itself. If you are a fan of 80s movies, or the 80s culture in general, 80s culture, you're going to love this movie. You have references to the Elm Street films. There are posters of Elm Street 3, the same one that I have up on my wall now. There are references to the Lost Boys, as the brothers' names are Michael and Sam. There are Nintendos being played with Marble Madness being played. There are just tons of throwback 80s stuff in this movie. It does take place in the 80s, and it's just really well shot. I thought the acting was great. More specifically, Lisa Wilcox was brilliant in this film. I'd love to get a chance to interview her. The little girl that played Amy, absolutely phenomenal. Just everybody did a well job. I did feel like some of the acting was slightly pushed. A little too far scripted, but not enough to where it put me away from the movie. But I did like it. It did not seem to me like it was a regularly shot on video type of Wild Eye style type film. The budget was $30,000. I do know that. Kind of surprised what they were able to do with $30,000, to be quite honest with you. I like where the ending was taken, where they went towards the ending of the film. If I had to have any drawbacks on it, it would probably be the runtime. Now, there is some back history to the Bloody Man. Obviously, I'm not telling you something you don't know. That is the main, antagonist here. And basically, what's happening with this is, it's almost like a cross between a poor man's Phantasm with a mix of Freddy, with a mix of The Gate. Let's just put it that way. If I had to put my spin on it, in a very low budget form. It was kind of like that. So many references to 80s, so many different... There were some funny parts to it, some actually heartwarming parts to the movie. And I was blown away by this, I'll be honest with you. I expected it to be a little worse than what it was, and it wasn't to me. There are people giving this movie a 2.8 out of 10 on IMDb. You're out of your damn mind if you do that. This movie was great. I really wish I had that opportunity to interview Tuesday and Lisa about this movie, but it's okay. It's all good. You know, Daniel Benedict, if you're watching this, if you happen to see this, great job. Hopefully you do more films, but I highly recommend this. Like I said, the only thing I have, maybe I would have changed, would be the runtime on it. Maybe an hour and 45 minutes. I'm not really big into 2-hour plus films, but I did. I was in, and I watched the entire thing from start to finish. I know Mr. Bones enjoyed this one too, potentially. I think he did. You'll have to ask him or watch his review. I know Craig reviewed this. He liked this one too. Highly recommend it. And if you like the Elm Street films, you will like this movie as well. But just be prepared to have some time on your hands to watch it. Anyways, highly recommend The Bloody Man. Check out with you guys later. I will put Wild Eye Releasing's link to the description. I want to thank Rob and the boys for sending me this to review. Catch up with you guys later. Have a great weekend. Peace.
Welcome to the house on the A6 block. I'm just chilling on the porch in my chair I rock. I'm your host Jimmy Biggs with the ghoulish grip. The only light outside is the full moon lit. Welcome to a world mixed with evil and good. If you ain't plan on staying, then you misunderstood. This ain't a nightmare, the figment of imagination. Step aside and the house will awaken.